All right, now I can see all your bright, shiny faces out there. How you doing, everybody? So we're going to continue our year 2000 campaign in the People's Republic of China and South China Sea, Philippine Sea. The goal of this campaign is to deter the invasion of Taiwan through, well, pretty much any means necessary, short of nuclear war, because that's not simulated in this game. But we are going to have a lot of fun today trying to do this. Now, I do not remember what my current mission is, so maybe we can read this. Here we go. Review orders. There we go. What are we supposed to do? Okay, a wolf pack of enemy attack submarines is being operated in the area 200 miles southeast of Tokyo. That's right. We were trying to race up to the northern end of the map. If you remember from last time, we're going to go do that now. Let's continue on course. Tokyo's way the heck up here. So we're going to head up this way. One thing I do want to say is thank you very much to everybody that's watching these over on YouTube and all the subscriptions and everything we had over there this past week. We more than doubled the amount of subscriptions on our YouTube channel, on the Jive Turkey channel, in the last 7 days than all the subscriptions we got over the past year, over the past 12 months. So that's pretty incredible. And because of that, we're going to continue doing this. I told you guys that would be the deal. You certainly showed up and did your part, so I'm going to do mine. This will be our Saturday chill game for a couple hours in the afternoon and just kind of celebrate hump day together going forward, okay? Yeah, we're just going to start doing that. Let's see who's in the chat here. We have YouTube. We have Twitter today. Twitter's always fun to see what kind of knuckleheads we have over there. Of course, we have Kick, Rumble, and Twitch, all the regular guys. So yeah, thank you again for all those subscriptions. That was pretty incredible. I knew you guys wanted this game, and I was a little reluctant to go back to it. I had no idea how many of you there are that really like this game. So more power to you, man. Okay, mission update. Sorry to hear that we could not get to the objective. Man, we went south of Tokyo. We did not see... Hey, those are Hans, also called Long March. I'll tell you about those in a minute. Sub-attacks. Several U.S. operations have suffered from attacks of enemy submarines. Oh no! Silent and nearly undetectable. Anyway, the submarines continue to inflict major and irreplaceable losses. Yeah. Okay, sure. Whatever. The Han is like literally the loudest nuclear submarine ever created by man in the history of the world. So, period. Like definitively. Not even close. Okay. Satellite photos show that the enemy battle group, armed to the teeth with cruise missiles, is preparing to sail from Cam Ranh. Okay, so that's down there by Vietnam, in the vicinity of the Philippine Sea. So they're going to go west-east. Got it. Okay. Sink the strike group. Now, we're close to Guam. We might be able to get a reload in here. Let's see if we can do that. Let's take a look at check this out, folks. Promise made, promise kept. What do you think of that? Isn't that kind of cool? You guys can see the sonar screen now. Right now we have our weapon screen is up. It'll be the same as the sonar screen, so I'm looking at it right now. We have 6 TASMs, 9 harpoons, and 11 torpedoes. So that's enough to take on this fleet. But after this fleet, we're going to have to go reload. So we'll go ahead and put that back away. And we're going to try to get off the coast of Cam Ranh and draw a line from Cam Ranh to the Philippine Sea. I kind of want to get them in this choke point here. This would be kind of cool. But I probably need to get them before they enter the Philippine Sea to achieve the mission, I would imagine. I'll tell you what. I don't want to waste a lot of weapons on these submarines up here. I'm trying to find the surface ship. There they are. With deep water? Yeah, we're pretty deep. All right, cool. Cool beans. Here we go. So, we are going to make sure our weapons are loaded. Let's bring that back up for you here. So we have harpoons. No, you know what? This is going to be a big attack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap this around here with a T-Lam. It's going to let me do it. Oh, I can't change these right now. What? What's the purpose of this if I can't change them? Okay. So that's just telling me what I have loaded in the tube. No time to... I can reload after we launch them, I suppose, but I'm not going to take time to do that. All right, I want to keep them at maximum distance, 25,000 yards. Our contact bears 168. 168. So looks like we're at periscope depth. I don't like being at periscope depth. I don't know why the game keeps putting me there. We're headed 265, so we're headed west. They bear to the south, probably headed north, northeast. All Our speed is only 5 knots. We do have a weak thermal layer, but it is rainy and high wind. That means background noise is very high, which is excellent. That's really good conditions for us to do our thing in. So we're going to look down to the south, see if we can get some classifications going on, and get this thing started. Let's do this.
Con, sonar, new contact bearing 1.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
I'm not putting anything above the surface.
Con,
here.
sonar, new contact bearing 083. Designated Sierra 2.
All right, it's time to start classifying. Before we change depth, I'm going to go ahead and bring up the sonar display and bring it up for you guys as well. We're going to start classifying. I believe this is our warship right here. We're going to start with him. We're really broadside to him, so I hope he doesn't go active. That'd be very bad for us if he did that. Okay. Listen, I see how this is going to go. Fine. We're gonna get below that layer. If he's going to go active sonar, we're going to go below the layer. We're also going to maneuver right 10 degrees rudder. He might have got us with that active.
Passing 100 feet.
Okay. Now if we bring this up, you can see where the layer is right there. Oh, no, you can't. Let me fix that real quick. Oh, I can't show you the layer. It's fine. I can show you. I can barely show you that, but that's good enough right now.
Passing 200 feet.
I'll have to make a fix to that later on. Passing 200 feet. This guy's SPL is really high. He might be well within... Oh my gosh. He might be well within 25,000 yards.
Passing 300 feet.
Alright. We are below the layer now. This layer is not much of a layer. I'm going to go ahead and level out. We're going to continue to try and classify these guys. Let's bring that up to you while I work on it. I'll fix the screen here in a second. Alright, it's a Luhu. And he is range gating. He's shortened his pulse time. So that's not good. We're probably counter detected at this point. I'm going to go ahead and classify him.
Con, sonar, Sierra 1 is classified as escort.
Yep. There we go. I'm trying to get my camera back down here. May take me a minute to get used to these controls again. It's been a minute. Alright, so they're probably coming up on us. Let's go ahead and come up to 10 knots, 2/3.
10 knots, maneuvering aye. Con, maneuvering, making turns for 10 knots.
There's a pretty good chance that they might have got a sniff of us, which is why I'm trying to minimize my angle here. The LF active, if you look at it, see the number says -10 right there. -10 is the total decibels we're seeing, which -10 is still pretty high. Man, I'm tempted to just go ahead and shoot, even though we don't know the range for certain. We know his depth. It's on the surface. I'm hoping sonar can give me a better range. That's what I'm waiting on right now. By minimizing our angle, we've changed the... wow, we've significantly lowered the active signature there. It's now -5 and going down. Okay, contact is -27 active. We're not going active, so that doesn't matter to us. He is maneuvering, though. It's interesting that he's maneuvering away. He shouldn't do that if he's tracking us. So let's see. His range right now is 10,000 yards. Oh, we got a track. Go. Okay. So I think we're gonna go ahead and conduct a deliberate attack on this knucklehead. He's coming back around to us. Okay, I think that we are counter detected. Let's go ahead and go to firing point procedures on the Luhu. Bearing. What's his bearing? 147. Run to enable is going to be 4,000 yards. Safety's on the weapon fence enabled. Weapons ready. Ships ready. Shoot tube 1.
Shoot tube 1. Aye, sir.
Flying point procedures on the second contact. No known Sierra number. Bearing 197. Run to enable is going to be 4.3 thousand yards. Fence set. Ship ready. Shoot tube 2.
Con, fire control. We've lost the wire.
We've lost the wire. Get ready for torpedo evasion. Let's reload a TLAM on that on tube 2. We're going to get some land attack missiles loaded. Anti-ship Tomahawks loaded. I'm going to go ahead and go to evasion depth, 10 degrees down. We're staying at 10 knots to maintain the wire. Contact is maneuvered back again to the right.
Con, sonar, lost contact.
Passing 400 feet.
That's really good. I'm going to change the enable range. I'm going to steer the weapon, essentially. This weapon going to the south is a shot in the dark. I really don't know where he's at. I'm just going to use that as a defensive weapon to keep that surface ship evading my torpedo for as long as possible so we can reestablish range. I wanted to enter this conflict at 25,000 yards. For some reason, it entered at around 10, much closer than I had intended, which is why we changed the plan almost immediately.
Passing 600 feet.
Okay, first weapon's about to enable. I'm going to do passive enable to try and get the weapon a little bit closer. That's not us.
Con, torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
Oh, that's our second tube, our second torpedo, the one that's right there, just went active.
Con, passing 700 feet.
All right, we do have a passive detection on, tube 1 just locked on passively. Awesome. So this will allow our weapon to get a little bit closer before the ship hears it. If this was going active, it would know right away.
Passing 800 feet.
All right, let's make sure we're not going to lawn dart this dumb thing. Okay, now we're good. We are going to evade to the north. If we hear acoustic countermeasures, we'll enable active sonar.
Passing 900 feet.
Con, sonar, lost contact.
Good hit.
Sierra 1.
He had no
last
idea.
Bearing 1, 2, 8. Contact breaking up.
All right, this weapon we have no control over. Let's go ahead and go to torpedo evasion. This is going to be a passive evasion at
1,
standard
5
bell.
knots. Maneuvering eye.
I'm going to take the
Passing
contact through the
1,000
baffles. We don't have the contact at the moment, but I know he's to the south. I want to be heading back to the east.
Con, torpedo room, tube 3 ready.
Passing
check that.
1,100 feet.
Check that. Let's steady she goes right here. We're going to steady up at about 1,200 feet. This current course is 339,340. Just double checking all the chats. We're going to have a second here to do this. How's everybody doing? Yeah, we were very broadside on that pulse for sure. Yeah, we had no wire on that second weapon. That's a little bit concerning here. Pardon me while I fix something else. Apologize for all the screen grabs, but we got to do what we got to do to make this work. I'm trying to fix the display that shows you the sonar. So there we go. Let's get you back on it. There we go. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. Now you can see more of the numbers. That's what I wanted you to see. How about the conditions? Oh yeah, much better. You can see how far below the layer we are now. Take a look at that. The problem is I've used 2 torpedoes on these 2 contacts. That brings us down to 9 torpedoes. And we have a fleet coming. This is not the fleet, apparently. So we have a ship sinking
Con,
off
torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
to our starboard side. We do have the T-lambs are ready. I might want to go back up to the surface and see if I can find this guy. So let's go left 10 degrees rudder. We're maintaining 15 knots. We're still in a torpedo evasion right now. This is a covert evasion, or yeah, it's not overt. A non-overt evasion.
Con, sonar, noisemaker, bearing 1, 8.
Our torpedo's
6.
range gating. Our
Con,
second
sonar,
weapon
new
did hit.
Contact bearing 1, 8, 5. Designated Sierra 3.
Yeah. Sierra 3 is the noisemaker. Sierra 2 is the contact that we just hit. I assume it's sunk, but we're going to go verify. Let's come up periscope depth. So up 10 degrees. And we're going to put a little eyeball on this thing and see if it's just a big ship on fire or if it's a small ship that is already sunk. And And we're going to go ahead and get that off the screen. I'm going to forget to do that a few times today until I get used to this new method of showing you guys the sonar displays over here.
Passing 1,100 feet.
We're going to come up to
Con, torpedo room, tube 4 ready.
basically coming up to periscope depth, take a look around. All right, and then finally, one thing I keep forgetting to mention, but I'm going to mention it now. If you're watching these clips, these episodes on YouTube, you can watch them live as we record them every Wednesday. And we're on all of the social media that streams. We're on X, of course, YouTube, but on the
Passing
Sonar and Steel
1,000
channel.
feet.
We're on Twitch on the Jive Turkey channel. We're on Kick and Rumble on the Jive Turkey channel. So that's 5 places you can watch this live every Wednesday. So around lunchtime is when we begin, between 11 a.m. and noon, and we just go for a couple hours. So feel free to watch us record live, and also keep watching the videos because I do appreciate all that.
Passing 900 feet.
That kind of blew me away. I can't really overstate how shocked I was, which I probably shouldn't have been because you guys have been asking for this for a while. But yeah, let's go ahead and get up to the surface area and see what we got going on.
Make turns for 20 knots.
We're going to speed up a little bit because we're so deep. It's going to
Passing
take us a minute.
800 feet.
We're so deep, it's going to take us a minute to get up there. So the 2 things that you want to consider whenever you're whenever you're engaged with active sonar, in other words, you're the target,
Passing
right?
700 feet.
Let's start with this. As the submarine, when you're playing this game, as the submarine, when should you use active sonar? Never, ever, ever use active sonar in this game. You should not. If you do, it's kind of fun. You give yourself away. You're going to have a good time. But if you want to win and you don't want it to be
Passing
too difficult,
600 feet.
don't do that. You should always use passive sonar. But whenever the enemy is using active sonar, and they'll use it frequently in this game, the 2 things that you want to take into account is the range to target. You may not know that range, okay? And then your aspect. So obviously,
Passing 500 feet.
if the enemy sonar is directly
Make
off your
turns
beam,
for
90 degrees relative,
knots. Maneuvering eye.
he's got this entire area to reflect that sonar back at him.
Con,
That's making you
maneuvering.
very vulnerable.
Making
Don't do
turns
that.
for 15 knots.
So you can turn towards or turn away so that you have this type of
Passing 400
aspect
feet.
to the target. Because if you measure from here left to right, obviously this is a lot smaller, right, than that. Obviously this is much longer, right? So you want to have this kind of aspect. Now you don't always want to be closing him, but if he's far enough away that you can close, like the second target probably was.
Make turns for 10 knots.
They're coming down
Maneuvering
2/3. We're still coming PD. I could have turned towards him. It's quieter for you to face
Con,
the active
maneuvering.
than to
Making
run
turns
away
for
from it
10
if you don't care about range.
knots.
And that all depends on the conditions. We can talk about conditions and what ranges matter later. But the reason why you don't want to run away is because look at this thing on the back of your submarine. This is called, well, it's called an impeller, but the other submarines have screws. They're made out of brass, and they're really big and flat and round, and they reflect sound very well, especially active sonar. So you don't want to be pointing this thing at the active sonar either. So what choice do you have? Well,
Passing 200 feet.
this thing up here is, well, it's better than that thing back there. Let's get up here to periscope depth. Oh, no. That's not what I wanted to do.
Make depth 4, 5 feet. Dive high.
All right, we're going to go ahead and come up, and then we're going to take a look back there. So that's your first lesson of the day. We're going to go over some more advanced things this week than what we went over last week. Last week was very basic. Let's throw a couple torpedoes out there. This is how you evade torpedoes and stuff like that. Today we're going to go into the next chapter, the intermediate level, if you will, of this game, of how to attack large groups of targets and how to attack a target using decoys, which is a little complex in this game because of the way the game works. So you'll need to know what you're doing before you do it. So those are our 2 goals for today. All right, we have periscope depth yet?
Con
So-
sonar, we are cavitating.
Oh shoot, I forgot to slow down 5 knots. That's on me.
Make turns for
Con sonar, no longer
A
cavitating.
little burst of cavitation there. That'd definitely give us away, but I think we're going to be okay. Now, we're at periscope depth. Normally, you would bring up the periscope, of course, right? You would have the periscope raised before you even got the periscope up.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 1, bearing 13.
Raise the ESM mast.
I'm going to raise the ESM mast and see if we got...
Con maneuvering, making turns for 5 knots.
Huh.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 2, bearing 13.
All right, let's get Tube 2 ready. Tube 2 has an anti-ship torpedo or a missile in it. Let's slide off. Let's raise the periscope.
Upscope.
Let's get on this thing. What's his bearing? About 140. Okay. A wave in the way. I don't see any Oh shit. Downscope.
Downscope.
Firing point procedures on Sierra 2. Raise the radar mast. We're going to fire on radar bearings.
Raise the radar mast.
Okay. That did not give us a classification. Emergency deep.
Make turns for 3.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
Left full rudder.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, last
Fire the
bearing.
decoy.
Passing 100 feet.
What I'm doing now is the torpedo evasion for that helicopter.
Passing 200 feet.
The helicopter definitely saw us.
Passing 300 feet. Passing 400 feet.
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
Passing 600 feet. Passing 700 feet.
All right, steady she goes. Ready to
Passing
come.
800 feet.
We're going to steady up just under 900 feet here total.
Passing 900 feet.
Yeah, the BPM's 15, long time. Yeah, I was expecting it to give me a classification
Passing 1,000 feet.
based on the length of the hull. It did not. All right, so we're going to check fire on the firing point procedures and stand down from that. We're just going to stay at full evasion for a little bit.
Con, torpedo room, tube 7 ready.
Tube 7 was the decoy reloading. This tube down here. All right. Yep, that's the Seawolf. Yeah, we're playing the Seawolf class in the South China Sea campaign today.
Con maneuvering, making turns for 5 knots.
So we know we had a torpedo hit down here, but obviously it didn't kill whatever it was. So I'm rushing down to the south to get a classification on CR2. It is possible that we did have the 25,000 yard range, and that was just to the center of the fleet. Maybe this is the fleet. And the outlier, the Luhu, that we sank was just that close to us because the rest of the fleet is so much farther to the south, which is what appears to be happening. This is why I didn't continue my evasion to the north either, because they're going to go over the horizon over here to the east really soon. The helicopter I saw was right around here. I'm trying to bait him north with my decoy. Yeah. So I do need to bring up the other chat window again. Let's see if I can do this. I'm going to do this really fast. Okay, there we go. And we're back. All right, now we're finally set up. Warhound's here. He says, does the game do justice to the active pings and frequency? No. But it's probably the best thing out there that you can play. It does take into account aspect and range, and it does actually calculate the propagation path. So you can like gain a contact, lose a contact actively, and then gain him again as he goes through bottom bounce paths. Yeah, because whenever you ping, if you ping directionally, which is how... Okay, well, it doesn't even model that. So it pings out and it bends the sound down and then back up again over a long period of distance. It could actually go underneath a contact. It does model that. That's about as specific as it gets, though. All right, I think we're about ready. What's our range to our decoy? 7th, perfect, yeah. Let's go ahead and slow down ahead 1/3.
Make turns for 1. Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering eye.
We're going to do a sonar search here, try and regain CR2 and figure out who the hell he is. I didn't want to shoot him because he might have been a merchant. Just because there's a helicopter up there doesn't mean CR2 launched the helicopter. CR2 is right there. That's who we're trying to figure out. He's probably, because he was heading this way, he's probably over here now. We do know that there's a wounded contact to the south. We have no idea what it was. It had active sonar, though. So it was definitely not a whale, not a fishing boat. Matter of fact, it's over there. It's sitting on the bottom. So we did sink it, but we never got credit for it because we never had it acoustically. We just had his active bearing that I shot down that line of bearing, and we did get a kill because we can see it. So CR2 may be, like I said, CR2 may be just a merchant. We don't know.
Con, maneuvering, making turns for...
So now we're going to do a
5
3-minute
knots.
sonar search. This gives sonar time to, you know, do a full 360, look all the way around. The screens update from top to bottom. You know, you got to give the screen time to update at least that much, a few, you know, like an inch, so you can, you know, have better visual NRD. A better visual detection. So sonar is all about hearing the target, of course, but more and more as technology gets involved, and it's really involved now with today's sonar systems, including AI is involved. It's been for a while. We were testing that back in the 90s. We didn't even call it AI back then, but that's kind of what it was. And we did this year over year of machine learning. I think machine learning is still a thing. It's kind of ongoing. Can't really talk about any of that stuff, but just know this has been going on. This is not new. No, it's been going on forever, and we're really good at it. Really good. But my point is, the operator is assisted by the computer to look at certain bearings first. And so in order to do that, you need to have some visual time on the screen. That's why we're giving ourselves 3 minutes. I'm kind of surprised. If CR2 was a merchant, we would probably have him. I mean, his last known bearing and range, well, 26,000 yards. Yeah, maybe not. He could be between CZs. Now, we know that they want to go to the east, which means we probably want to go to the east as well. It's been 2 minutes now. It's been a minute and a half, actually. Yeah. So we've got 90 more seconds here, and then I'm going to turn to the east. And we'll probably never know who that is. Well, in the debrief, he'll probably tell us.
Con sonar regained contact on
That's who we're looking
Sierra
for.
2, bearing 1,
All right.
5,
He's
1.
right off our bow, and his range, well, we don't know, but initial range 19,000 yards. Probably a CZ contact, probably. It could easily be a CZ contact. A CZ is a convergent zone of sound. I have a whole lecture on it that I probably deleted, so I'll have to make another one of those. Let's make a note of that. If I'm going to make something, I got to write it down because I will forget. We're not turning, by the way, since we regained him. Tactical use of the ocean is so good. Oh, fuck, I can't do that. Never mind. As soon as I said the words, yeah. All right, this could be a Luda. Let's go ahead and bring up the sonar display for you guys. I'm going to classify CR2 here. We haven't had any active on this bearing. Oh, do you know what this is? This is a merchant. Yep, right there, trawler.
Con sonar Sierra 2 is classified as merchant.
Okay. So, I think it's just a matter of getting away from this helicopter now, and I think we already have. Let's see if we can end the mission. Yes. So the helicopter's still out there. He's just so far away, it's no longer a problem. All right, we're going to go ahead and leave combat and keep looking for the... Oh, there was another warship out there. Undetected. That's fine. This is not the amphibious fleet I'm looking for, so I'm okay with it getting away. Excellent job. Oh, apparently there was no amphibious ships in this fleet. Okay, whatever. That's fine. Maybe I misunderstood the mission orders. At least we sank the right convoy this time. Yeah, we didn't get the submarines, which is ridiculous. Constant convoys. Cargo ships from North America and Japan continue to ferry goods to the region with minimal losses because of the great job we're doing. Awesome. That's a submarine tender right there. That little photo right above my head. I'll tuck down here. Yeah. Oh, shoot.